question that I have. Is it me, Rashad? Or does it seem like eyeball alien might be on their side? Black eyeball alien was, I said black eyeball alien, Jesus Christ.
You did.
Eyeball
You
alien,
you did assign the
I
alien a
said,
race. The
yeah.
alien gotta be black. Hey, what's up? It's Rashad Antonio. We are the Upon Further Review, episode 5 of Alien Earth. The name of this episode is Nobody Can Hear You. Ellipsis. All spoilers.
For people who've seen the original Alien, no, that was the tagline of the original
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
No one,
yeah.
no one can hear you scream in space.
Yeah, which is a true thing,
True,
because
true.
there's no one for the sound of bounce. Anyway, I uh, I want okay.
Mm-hmm.
What was the most interesting aspect of this episode to you?
It's two things that
Okay.
stuck out to me. Number one, Morrow is the true definition of a company man.
Yes.
The true definition of a company man. And throughout the season so far, I always was like, why is this black man so loyal to this conglomerate? What is the deal? Well, we kind of find out at the end of this episode when he finally goes back, you know what I'm saying? Because the whole episode was a flashback
Yeah.
until the last 3 minutes or whatever when he finally goes back to the you know what I'm saying, Wayland Yutani Corporation, and he meets with Miss Yutani herself, and they're having a conversation, and she was like, you know, because remember, folks, he's been up there 65 years. So this is her first time probably ever meeting him in person, whatever, like
Yeah,
that. But
definitely.
she knew he was important, period. Not just because he was a security officer on the ship, because we found out what his rank was up there. She was like, my grandmother was always very fond of you. And she was just like, and he was like, himself was like, hey man, I don't even know why. He says, but I owe everything to her. You know, he said I was a poor homeless kid with a palsy arm. And that's what we see. He got his arm. And you know, she looked out for me. And I guess doing that would make you be extremely loyal to this, you know what I'm saying, to this company. Even to the detriment that we find out in this episode that you know, he left his daughter behind, but he always told her, hey, if you look up right there, I'm gonna always be right there looking down. And we see where he's like reminiscing, looking through paperwork, and I guess they must have sent him a message while he was in space that, sorry to inform you, my guy, your daughter's dead. So that kind of also gives you why he is so like deadpan. He's not even, you know what I'm saying? How they say, what they say with shot, like the engine's running, but nobody's behind the wheel. Like he's just there to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
the job, and he is such a company guy. Throughout the episode, it's always like, "Hey, the mission is the cargo. With y'all, without y'all,
yeah.
that's the mission." So that was the one thing that was revealing to me. The second thing that was revealing to me, and this is a question that I have: is it me, Rashad? Or does it seem like eyeball alien might be on their side?
I don't know, man.
And I asked that question because of what we saw. We saw when Black Lady, scientist lady, was working with the little leech things or whatever, and Black eyeball alien was, I said black eyeball alien, Jesus Christ.
You did.
Eyeball alien,
You did assign the
I
alien a
said,
race. The
yeah.
alien gotta be black.
Eyeball alien was in his little dish thing, and you saw he was like, he was warning her, like, hey, bitch, I'm fucking out. That them leech thing out, and
Yeah, he was doing the opposite of Tyler. He was definitely
yeah,
tapping the glass. You know
he
what
was
I'm
like,
saying?
hey yo, that leech thing out, and it's skeeted in your water. Like, what are we doing here, yo? For real. Let's be realistic. That's what it did.
Oh God.
It looked like it was trying to warn her,
Yo, the
like, hey
same, man.
yo, like with her. And then we saw later on in the episode, you know, yeah, he killed the guy that was like the engineer or whatever. But it seemed like the engineer dude was trying to protect that lady when the xenomorph was coming. And then when the xenomorph came in after, she was knocked out and Morrow came in, he started, he hopped over my man Morrow and was rumbling with the xenomorph to the point where you had a human biting a xenomorph, which is a complete opposite of what we're normally
Crazy
seeing.
scene.
And then the xenomorph kills the host's body, and then the eyeball thing pops out and basically hops on the xenomorph like it was trying to fight. I was like,
Yo,
yo, like, what is this thing trying to help? Or I don't
I don't
know.
know, but I
Those are my two big takeaways. Morrow is the ultimate company man. We find out why, and what to deal with this eyeball thing. Because this eyeball thing looked like it was trying to help them through the scenes that we saw.
yes. The most interesting aspect to me
Mm-hmm.
was the revelation that Morrow was essentially a child when he got hooked up with Yutani.
Mm-hmm.
And it parallels the Lost Boys and
Yeah.
how he understands and knows their situation,
Mm-hmm.
also how he can manipulate that situation because he was essentially manipulated as well.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they may have been fond of him and
Mm-hmm.
all that, he feel like he owes a debt to them because
Mm-hmm.
of how he got scooped up off the street
Mm-hmm.
and they gave him the cybernetics and everything. However, he still, for all intents and purposes, could have just been a child soldier. And this just the use of child labor.
Mm-hmm. It's
I'm not
very
sure what Noah Hall is trying to tell us about
yeah.
child labor and how kids shouldn't be doing adult things and adults
Right.
shouldn't be using kids to looking at kids as adults.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some sort of messaging behind there because I also the fact that in Morrow's mind, even though it's been 65 years, he hasn't been awake the entire time.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
he has this very truncated life, even though he's been long lived.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it's been, let's say, 65 years to him, it may only been 10
If
that he's
that.
I'm just you feel what I'm saying
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
God knows how long it took them to get to whatever the name of that planet is and then get back
Uh-huh.
to Earth. Because even
Mm-hmm.
because think about this, because even when they reach like the outer realms of our solar system,
Mm-hmm.
he still went back to sleep
Mm-hmm.
because they had to wake him up. We see in the episode how
Yeah.
they said,
They were on.
hey, we got some
They
problems
have
going on.
they got cryo sleep. They got cryo sleep shifts for the crew
Yeah,
or whatever. Yeah.
yes. So like that to me, that whole child labor, child, what I'm saying, like catching kids at an early age, catching kids that are also vulnerable
Vulnerable. Mm-hmm.
and needing something from adults, and adults taking advantage of said vulnerable child. That to me was so fascinating and also very sad. And the eyeball thing was to me was a very close second too.
Yeah.
But just because we get to the end of the episode and they had a conversation and like um, young Yutani, gives us that little small piece of information. I'm like, oh, now I understand why he just
Yeah.
because he ain't got, and also the fact that we know that he ain't got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So like this
Definitely. He
is
don't have
his,
nothing. He has nothing now. That his daughter is gone, and
yeah.
guaranteed the wife probably dead too. It's been
Dog,
65.
this is all he has. So he's gonna see this thing through the end. Hence the whole your whole notion of
Right.
him being like the ultimate company man.
And like you were saying, not having nothing, we also see that too in the conversation that the engineer guy had with the young engineer, where he was like, "Man, what you gonna do with all that money when you get back, and he said, you're gonna probably spend it on your wife. He said, man, when I left, my wife is 31 years old. It's been 65 years. He said, she's a grandmother probably now. It might be dead. He was like, we going back to a place that we know nothing about. And then he was like, what are we gonna do? We're not going to be able to handle what we see and be like, hey, sign me back up, send me back up. You know what I'm saying? Send me back up in space. A la what we saw in Eyes of Wakanda with that one war dog who was gone for like
Yeah.
what 10 years, came back and was like, I love Wakanda, but yeah, this ain't for me. Can you send me back out into these into these war dog streets or whatever?
Hmm.
And I mean that was a very good parallel into that for me as well, as far as yeah, these folk been out there for 65 years. And like you said, Rashad, it may to them, it may only seem like 10, let's say 10 years at the most, you know what I'm saying? 5, 10 years or whatever, but you go back to a planet that is completely different, technologically different, people are different, probably a new way of living, a new way of, what I'm saying, a new way of life, period.
Yeah.
You get there and gonna be like, I don't know about this. Like,
Yeah, this
yeah,
ain't for
it's
me.
nice to be home, but yeah, this ain't my life. You know what I'm saying? This not my life, man.
I am, man, like this has been a very good watch. And I
Yeah.
think to me, like this episode is is can be the most dangerous when the show does this
Mm-hmm.
because they've been breadcrumbing scenes from this the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to see what happens, a lot of times it's like, yo, this was kind of a letdown. They might as well just told us and I showed us.
Mm-hmm.
But them showing all of this to us,
Mm-hmm.
and for all intents and purposes, we got an alien movie in like an hour some change of
Yeah.
television.
Yeah.
And it was a very gratifying, tense, and it hit. I think this episode is going to be the most. It's going to be the favorite episodes of people who just love the franchise
Mm-hmm.
just immensely because it's going to give them all that nostalgia. They're going to be high on nostalgia this episode because all the tropes hit
Mm-hmm.
and they hit good too. So I, from beginning, hey, we got a problem to it
Yeah.
just not even slowly, swiftly devolving into chaos
Yeah.
is it
Yeah.
was just like okay man and then seeing how every because again we saw how people was dead but seeing how they died
Yeah.
just very sad.
Yeah. Very sad.
So
You know,
sad.
you know what else I realized too about these people? This crew needed to be vetted a little bit better. These people were reckless, and these people were reckless. These people were not cautious about anything. Like, I see why Morrow is the only one that's alive. He's he's the one that had the most common sense. He was a security officer. He knew everything that was going on. I thought it was hilarious that old girl that took over as captain because the captain had got killed or whatever was like, hey, let me explain something to you. He was like, when something happens to a captain is compromised, I have the power to take over. You are acting captain. I need to take over this whole thing. And she's like, what are you talking about? He says, you have been compromised by your decision making. He's like, what are you talking about? He says, you and old boy been effing the entire time. The look on her face was like,
How do you know?
how do you know? He says, I see everything. I am the security officer. And then we do see a scene where he's where he is watching them get it in, and he's just like, mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what's going on here. And then she tries to do what, Rashad? She tries to appeal to his human instincts, being like, we're up here for so long. Don't you ever get alone? And my man like, nah, I'm good. Or what, you know what I'm saying? I'm good or whatever. Even when he got to talking to the doctor, and he was like, "Hey, man, you were making a whole bunch of extra phone calls back home and stuff like that." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "There is a blind spot in." He says in your lab area. He says, "I know because I don't have a camera there." And my man got pissed, like, "Hey, I'm sick of you and your cameras always, you know, what I'm saying, always watching me." Or when like these people are weirdos on this ship. Even the Asian dude, yo, we already saw he was somewhat of a weirdo the
You
first
talking about
episode.
you talking about the android, right?
Was he an android? Is he? He was an
I
android,
think
right?
yeah, I think so.
Whatever he was, how he was just like we saw it, like how he was staring at the one chick, and she was like, "Yo, he is doing it again," and it was like, "Hey, my guy, stop that!" And he was like, "Fine," but what do we see this episode? Old girl is in cryo sleep, Rashad, and he's just look at her sleeping all good, looking all sexy.
Yo,
Just and they was like, "Hey, dude," my man said, "Hey, dude, we already told you about that one time before. Chill." And he just like, It just walks away like, "I'm gonna do it tomorrow." And Morrow even called him out on it and was like, "Hey, my man, you sneak out at night to go stare at her. I have the video footage of you doing this or whatever." And then he kind of tells Morrow like, "Well, how do you know everybody is asleep?" And the character, he was like, "Yeah, it is." He was like, "Well, some people can fake it," and that's what he found out about the guy who was faking it. He went back and he went through all those logs, and who do we see? Trash ass boy Cavalier,
boy,
boy
Cavalier.
Cavalier, making a deal with what's his name, Pulaski, I think is his name,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
about hey, if you set it up where you crash land into my territory, you know keep the specimens alive. He was like, "Hey man, you can put me one of them android body, one of them synthetic bodies." He said, "Yeah, we can do that." And then he was like, "What if I die?" He was like, "Eh." It's a
Sucks to
constant.
be you.
Sucks to be you. Told him it sucks to be you. Like this whole episode was so suspenseful. Even when, you know, no, cause remember how pissed Morrow, he came off as that first scene, Rashad, when he woke up, like you waking up your daddy or the man in the house who's sleeping good. And and that man in my house was my grandfather. Grew in my house with my mom and my grandparents, my grandfather, and I hated having to wake him up for something was wrong. And that's how Morrow was. Morrow woke up, like what time is it? Is it already time for a shift change already? And he was like, "Nah, man, we got some issues. People been compromised." And he went in there and was like, "What the heck?" He said, "What happened to the captain?" "Hey, man, we tried to cut the tail off this thing to get it off, and hey, man, his blood is acid. It burnt. You saw it burnt like a hole in him." And he was like, "What the hell, yo?" And then he was like, "Hey, what about him? And we ain't touched him yet. Hey, yo, protocol say put this mofo on cryo when we take him back." You know what I'm saying? And they would and he was thinking protocol with that it would maybe stop the ingestion process of the face hugger with the embryo. Psych, it ain't do none of that. It ain't do none of that. What I'm saying, one bit with that. But like I said, it just goes back to people that's careless. Just being careless. Even the black chick that was a
Yo,
scientist.
Shabuzo
Yeah, yeah.
is was the when I mean she was a scientist first,
Mm-hmm.
black lady second.
Yeah.
Like uh, just okay, and I love and Tony,
Mm-hmm.
they set it up because in the
Mm-hmm.
early episodes we see her not paying any attention while
Mm-hmm.
she's doing tests and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And while she's doing the test, she's there. Like that's her sole purpose. I gotta run these tests so I can see what these animals is like, and I can
Mm-hmm.
record and log and have data. And she is eating, she's drinking in the lab, which is a
No,
no-no.
no,
She can't be
major
eating and
no, no.
drinking in no laboratory. Even Dexter knows that.
Yeah.
So she is just there and just not being of clear mind and thought. And like you said, the little leash joint, put some tadpoles in whole water,
Mm-hmm.
and then again, it's like a series of misfortunate events.
Yeah. And yeah, so she put it's like it was a what was I trying like almost like a roller coaster of things that just happened.
Oh no, even
Cause
before that, like, and you can tell like the thing was smart because it took the latch off and
mm-hmm.
got out. And it
Mm-hmm.
ended up just like you said, skidded in her water, then went
Uh-huh.
down and was in between
Yeah.
the
The
bread of
sandwich.
yes,
Yeah, whatever. Luckily the doctor
Raheem.
dude Raheem came in and said, Hey girl, you paying attention to this?" And she like, "Oh, I put the top on." He says, "Oh, you did?" And he will hold the top in his hand. or whatever, you know. So with that, and then she was carrying that water bottle, that Stanley Cup water bottle around all over the place. And the whole time I was like, oh, this heifer's about to take a sip of this. And she never does. But what do we see? Where, the apprentice engineer dude, he making him a sandwich. He put that extra hot sauce on that thing. It was like, oh, it's hot. And he grabs her water thing and chugs all them little baby leech things down. And she's just like, ew. And she dumps it out. But it's already attached to this boy. And it goes back to her dying because of the leech things. Because we see where they like, hey, we gotta do emergency surgery. This dude throwing up blood. What happened? They crack open his chest. These leeches are like latched on to like his organs and stuff. And my man did what? He pulled one of them off, and a little like stink bug like gas thing puffed out. She died, and the other dude died. I said, like you said, what I'm saying, just a bunch of unfortunate events. It was just one big circle. It's the circle of life.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I was looking at how these people were dropping like flies,
Mm-hmm.
and even I don't remember from the second episode. Did any of the people that were in cryo did they survive?
I have no idea. I don't remember
Because I don't remember
because
them taking anybody out or not. Because the people were still in cryo because they was about to
right,
wake
because they
them
was like,
up.
"Hey, we need to wake them up and tell them." And Morrow's right. Hey, relax. We don't need 10 more people waking up, daggone, panicking because the xenomorph thing is loose, and what I'm saying. And also, we're on a crash course to Earth. What did my man say? My man said a line. It was a bar. He says, "Hey, we started off as a spaceship, about to go back to Earth as a missile, as a missile right now."
Yeah,
Because he was
and then
like,
and
uh,
then when all the fuel was out, he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna turn from a missile into
mm-hmm,
an arrow."
yeah, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Because the dude, Polanski,
yeah,
Pulaski, whatever his name is,
yeah,
basically had them charted a course for that city,
mm-hmm,
and there was no other real way to get up because he broke the navigation,
mm-hmm,
and it just was like we said earlier. It just was. I mean, we didn't say it, just like they said, it was way too perfect of a plan for
mm-hmm,
how the ship, like how that stuff got messed up because clearly it
mm-hmm.
was sabotage,
Because he knew
and
from the beginning. He knew from the
he
beginning.
said,
He says, "Yo,
"Oh yeah, yeah,
this is a mutineer. We got a mutineer up here." And they're like, "What are you talking about?" And Morrow like, "No, it's this is more than just a
he
coincidence.
said either it's negligence
We
or it's
know that."
sabotage." He said, I don't think it's negligence.
No,
We
it's
have
not.
a saboteur on
Yeah.
board. And I like just how they show how competent Morrow is
Mm-hmm.
and how, like you said, how much he is for the company because that allowed him to be the only person who had any sort of reasoning. Like even towards the end when the two people died, when Shibuzo and Raheem died,
Mm-hmm.
and he's looking at the person who wanted to be the captain
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Hey, I need you to get focused." And she is
Yep.
shook. And then he looked at her and said, I'm the captain now.
Yeah, he basically did. He was like, "Yeah, this this is my this is my ship
He
now."
said, look, yo, we need to go prepare so we can for this crash landing,
Mm-hmm.
get to the main bridge
Mm-hmm.
so we can basically what I forgot what the term they use, they can go under and
It
prepare
was
for
like a panic. It was almost like a
yeah,
panic room
yeah,
type
yeah,
thing.
to
Yeah.
go to the main deck and so you can prepare to for that crash landing.
Mm-hmm.
And because he already closed the door and he
Mm-hmm.
knew that the Xeno was behind her,
Mm-hmm.
he said, I am not going to risk this because I told you to let's go now.
Mm-hmm.
And he already
Mm-hmm.
told him, we are not important. The most
No.
important thing is the cargo.
Cargo. Mm-hmm.
The
In the
cargo is the
cargo,
most important.
right? In the cargo were all the specimens they collected in their little zoo and those xenomorph eggs that they what I'm saying that they had.
My favorite character of this episode was Raheem. Because Raheem he just was funny. And
Yeah.
also he said something that I've been asking the entire time. And his answer made sense, but it's not the answer. It's not
What's that?
clearly not. someone was like, why are we collecting all these specimens? Like, why are they so important? And Raheem tells the person, he said, yeah, it's all about power.
Yeah.
They just want power. And I'm like, I appreciate you asking the question for the audience because we've been asking
Mm-hmm.
that. And his response, even though it has no real specificity, that's really
Yeah.
that's really what it is. Because Whaley Utani wants to have those things to do something with them so they can have more power over the rest of the five.
What Lil Kim say? First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect.
Yeah. It's the
And
keys of
yeah,
life.
keys of life. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, this episode, I can honestly say the past couple of shows that we've seen, Rashad, that do
They've been
flashbacks,
they've been
they've
good.
been they've been knocking it out. They've been the past couple of shows that we've seen where they've done flashbacks, they've been knocking it out the park with, you know what I'm saying, with the flashback. Like you said, this episode to me was it answered a lot of questions because I have a coworker, my man Kenny, he just started watching this and he's like on episode 2, 3 or whatever, and he's like, "Hey man, why is dude doing this? Why is the Morrow guy?" I said, "Kenny, we haven't gotten to that point because I said I ain't see last night episode, which was tonight's, yet. I said I'll see it when I get off work. I said we ain't seen it yet. We don't know why, and lo and behold, we find out why in this, what I'm saying, in this episode. Okay. In this episode, and we see that my man, his like he said, what he said in the previous episode, this was my life's work. This is why this is done. But we also see that he did it because of Grandma Yutani, basically, like you said, took him in and reared him as a child. And he's so loyal now where he was like, hey, he told granddaughter Yutani, who run it now, don't worry, I'm gonna get our stuff back. And in the process of that, I'm gonna kill that boy. I'm gonna kill boy Cavalier. And she was like, well, we got lawyers right now, we got an arbitration tomorrow. He said, unless them lawyers are an army for me, I'm going to kill, I'm going to break in and kill that boy. And she basically was like, huh, I have no problem with that. Give him everything he needs to accomplish his mission.
Did you see the futuristic Japanese praetorian guards?
Yes, I did. They were like futuristic samurais. I was all over it. I loved it. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just a strong episode of
It
television.
it, it is. And the thing is too, it was it went by fast, but it gave us everything we need to know. So now we're up to date on certain things, but there are still some questions. Like I said, back with the eyeball alien thing. What's going on here? What is going on?
Yeah, like who like why okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he want to why did they want to help? That's one.
Right.
Two, how why they keep on swapping bodies?
Yeah.
Three, have they not found a suitable host? Four,
Mm-hmm.
what is their purpose just as a regular organism on their home
Mm-hmm.
planet?
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're just around to be symbiotic in a way,
Parasites.
yeah, be or I'm sorry, parasitic.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Like I don't. They're so fascinating to me because they
Yeah.
start tapping on that glass. I was like,
Because I saw the tap on the glass. I was like, huh. And
I
she was talking to him like, hey, settle down. Take a picture or whatever.
Yeah, because
But
because she again, just like you signed the thing of race, she assigned her the thing of gender. It was calling it
uh
her. And he was
uh
like her. He's like, I don't know, that's what I call it. Like
mm-hmm.
so there's just man, so many questions, so many
Yeah.
fascinating questions. Like even the leech bugs was like they'll they survive off the oxygen, like oxygenated blood, but they
Mm-hmm.
will, if they get starved enough, they will just, eat something that's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So it's man, it's just a lot, and we haven't even gotten to the chloroflora, like the big. I think it's what it's called, like the huge plant looking thing.
Yeah.
They still around too. We
Mm-hmm.
ain't got the little shop of horrors yet. So
Yeah.
there's a whole
Mississippi.
lot of man. This
Yes.
show has been
Good.
very good at
Very good
just
writing and just
dropping
yeah.
little stuff here and there. Noah Hawley, he didn't go full Legion on us yet. I hope
Mm-hmm.
hopefully he doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because that season Legion season 2
Took a
was a
mean left
mind
turn.
for real. Like I was
I
like,
was
I
like,
don't understand what's going on. I'm gonna
yeah.
watch. But yeah, so this whole thing for me just has been great to add to the lore of of Alien. Even though some people like, oh, this break still come, blah blah. Some people saying like, yo, I don't even count Prometheus, but clearly they are because there's no way they can have
Yeah.
all this information
About
between
the yeah.
Prometheus and Covenant about the actual xenomorphs, and they
Mm-hmm.
would have sent them out around that time or after timeline wise. So like, it just makes sense for that to be the foundation of this whole thing.
Yep. That's all I got, man.
Me too, man. Like
Yeah.
I just it's
It's
again
solid television, man.
great.
Solid.
FX we blown up. FX is like AMC right
Yeah.
now.
Prime
And
AMC.
yeah, prime AMC, like AMC like around like the early 2010s,
Yeah.
mid 2010s, like they was killing it. But nah, like this is just again a great episode of TV. We're gonna get back to some more great television with season 2, episode 3 of Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
That
Mm-hmm.
drops Thursday night. We'll be reviewing that, Lord willing, on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
again,
And
oh
just
yeah,
and
there's some stuff coming out though. Go ahead,
yeah,
go you go.
some stuff's coming out. I was getting ready to say it slipped my mind that damn quick. The movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I can't one. I think one more. So I can't. Damn, it slipped my mind. I do wanna see that. Hey, Rashad, guess what? I sent it to you. We got a trailer for Marvel Zombies. We got a trailer for Marvel Zombies that's coming out at the end of this month as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, real quick on the Star Wars tip,
Bruh.
uh, there has been what I'm saying, like a little a picture shown of Ryan Gosling and the other young gentleman who's going to be a big part of a big part of that movie. Is it a movie or a show?
Some movies. Starfighter's a
Starfighter.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they showed that, and shout out to one of me and Rashad's favorite YouTube channels and publications, the New Rock Stars. They show like what is the tentative, Star Wars movie show lineup of stuff coming out. I mean, I keep forgetting that Grogu and the Mandalorian coming out next year, and
Next May.
we ain't seen nothing yet. I am going to guess that we are going to probably get our first look besides that one that we got. You know what I'm saying? That celebration maybe ain't Disney ain't what's one of the festivals coming up? Ain't Disney?
D23 was last week.
Okay, well I guess we ain't get that.
Yeah, it was
I
over the
I
weekend. Yeah, they didn't drop. That's why we got all the announcements. They got some other stuff too for like
yeah.
Toy Story 6
Yeah,
and
Toy Story 6 and stuff. So I guess we're gonna
Coco
probably get
2.
a we might get a trailer. I'm gonna think sometime around Thanksgiving or Christmas, possibly.
May we got to.
And the
It's yeah.
best time probably for that Grogu and Mandalorian, for that to drop that teaser trailer is either going to be Thanksgiving Day during the Dallas Cowboy Thanksgiving football game, or the NFL Christmas
Yeah.
Day games. Those are probably the big days you can get to drop that. Also, we got also coming up at the end of the year, and that's around the same time too. They can drop that trailer during the trailer for during the movie for Avatar. You know what I'm saying? For Avatar
Yeah.
3
Oh
coming
yeah.
out.
Yo, what else? I forgot. A couple other things coming out too.
Hmm.
The movie that we keep on forgetting the name of is called One Battle After Another. That's
Yes,
with
one battle after
Leo
another.
DiCaprio and Tiana Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
Regina Hall, Sean Penn is also in it too, and Benicio
Yeah.
del Toro. It was a star-studded cast.
Mm-hmm.
Next week. Demon Slayer movie, Infinity
Yes.
Castle, the first part of the three-part movie finale starts. That's next week. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The
As of
other
right now, I am uh Demon Slayer the series. I just finished up the Entertainment District arc. I am now I'm 3 episodes into the new the sword village.
Sorcerer Village,
Yes, I'm in that.
yeah,
I am 3 episodes
boy.
into that one real quick. I just want to say real quick, me and Rashawn are going to do a review of this or whatever. Yo, this show is so wild. My man with the 3 wives. It's just the wildest thing.
Tengen.
Nigga. My man got 3 straight up baddies for wives.
You said, hey
Anyway,
man, are you flashy or not, yo?
are you flashy or not? You know,
Oh yeah, and in the
if we're
last
gonna
show,
do it, we're gonna do
yeah,
it flashy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, in a very flashy way. All right,
Mhm.
we totally forgot about this movie, but we knew it was coming out, and that is him.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely gonna
Yes.
try to find a time to watch him.
Yes. So,
That's definitely more leaning in the horror genre,
yeah.
but I'm gonna do it for the people. 'Cause
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm not a big horror fan. The trailer for this movie is like,
I said, oh God.
what the hell? I might say, do I need to take a crucifix with me in the movie? I'm gonna take my Bible with me in the movie theater. Well, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. My Bible with me in
Yo,
the
yeah,
theater,
so
man.
him
Yeah.
comes out, I think it's the 19th.
Ninth,
Yeah, the
yeah.
19th. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
This month?
yeah, yeah, September 19th.
Yo, it's so much stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, after Fantastic Four, it's been dry.
Yeah. But it's about to amp back up.
But
Same
it's
thing.
gonna amp back up or whatever. There's still a few movies that came out earlier this year that are already digital stuff I do need to see. I still need to see Mickey 17, and I still need to see Alto Nights. You know that
Yeah, yeah,
the gangster.
with Pacino. Yeah.
Yeah, but those two movies like are on my, it's in my call deck to watch that, man. But yeah, man. I mean, as far as Alien Earth, great TV, and what more can you ask for, man? Just great TV.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what that is. Catch
Mm-hmm.
us on all the things, theuponfurtherreview.com.
Mm-hmm.
Till the next time.